Manga-Waido.
My name is Hiromu Arai. I've taken over the running of the family flower business. We sell to individual customers, as well as hotels, wedding venues, and funeral parlors. This gives us a steady income stream. Hello. Here are the flowers you ordered for your restaurant. Thank you very much. Is that you, Arai? Sakuragi? I was out delivering flowers to a hotel when I bumped into my high school friend, Kazuya Sakuragi. Sakuragi? I didn't know you worked here. Yeah, I just transferred here last month. It's been a while, huh? I see you're running the family business? I see. I'm working here as a wedding planner. So maybe I'll see you later at the meeting. Yeah, looking forward to working with you. Me too. We were pleased to bump into each other. But truth be told, we didn't used to get along very well. When we were at high school, Sakuragi was the vice captain of the basketball team. He was good-looking and friendly, making him very popular among our juniors. At the same time, he could be lazy and negative, saying things like, "We're never going to make nationals." In contrast, even though I wasn't very good, I was driven and was constantly trying to improve. I'd practice with like-minded people in the mornings and on weekends. As a result, both our coach and captain would often tell Sakuragi that he should work harder like me. Obviously, Sakuragi didn't like this. I heard him complaining about how you've gotten the coach all worked up, and that he couldn't be bothered with all this. He said he was thinking of quitting. Aw, man. And he's meant to be vice captain. I knew he found me annoying, but not to that extent. Thankfully, Sakuragi quit after the summer to focus on his studies. After that, we stopped talking, and gradually lost contact after graduating. I was a little surprised to see him, but he acted perfectly normally, so things looked good between us. I guess we'd both grown up. I continued to get along well with him. This is a pretty flower. What's it called? This is called Blue Star. It stands for happy love and a trusting heart. That's nice. Maybe I'll recommend it to one of the brides who says she likes blue. Yeah, it's also a good choice for bouquets. Okay, thanks. On a different day, do you want to go for a drink? I'm thinking of organizing a reunion for our basketball team, and I want your advice. Yeah, sure. Let me just tell the people at the shop. Sure. After that, we started meeting up fairly regularly. Sakuragi had only transferred recently, and didn't have any friends. He'd often tell me about the problems he was having at work. My boss keeps on yapping on about sales figures. It's exhausting. Yeah, thinking about sales all day can get pretty tiring. I'm not the type who's desperate to squeeze every yen out of our customers. Sounds tough. Reminds me of our basketball days. Yeah, winning was all Coach really cared about anyway. Coach loved you and took it easy on you, but he hated me, and I hated practice. Right, but you were always good at studying, and teachers loved you, remember? Yeah, I remember I'd take out my frustration of team practice on my studying. I see. As a result, I got into a good university, and even got to go abroad. That's truly amazing. Thanks. I was under the impression that Sakuragi and I had a good relationship. But as the years went by, Sakuragi's attitude slowly began to change for the worse. Come to think about it, it all started ever since I opened my second store. Maybe it had something to do with my success. Being self-employed must be pretty nice, getting to do whatever you want. Yeah. It's good when things are going well, but when things are going bad, it's all your own responsibility. At least you have no one breathing down your back. Every day, I get more and more impossible tasks to do. And they're always going on about sales targets and KPIs. It's stupid! It was fine while he was still complaining about work, but then he started to bring his attitude to work. Hey, Arai! This flower's wilting! This flower's called Clematis Lougheed. That's what it looks like. Come up with a better excuse. It's not an excuse. Why don't you look it up if you think I'm lying? There's a ton of pictures online. You're pretty rude for a supplier. I'm just telling the truth. This is what this flower looks like. I need to go to my next delivery. Oh, so you don't have any time to talk to me? You useless dumbass! Hearing him talk to me like this annoyed me. But I knew if I answered back, things would only get worse. Plus, he wasn't in charge of this wedding gig, and the guy in charge had already given me the go-ahead. I ignored Sakuragi and left the venue. I thought we were getting along well. After that, I tried to ignore Sakuragi, but he kept phoning me and trying to speak to me.
You want more work, right? If you do as I say, I can send more business your way.
I don't want to become dependent on you.
Just hear me out. Buy 10 tickets to our dinner show, and we'll send some major clients down your way.
We don't do those kinds of deals here.
Well, would you prefer we stop doing business with you? There's a dozen other flower shops who'd love to do business with us.
Whatever, man. You're not our only clients either.
You know I can easily destroy your reputation in the industry, right?
Do that, and I'll sue you for defamation.
You think you're my equal? You didn't even go to university! You've always been so unpleasant!
Is that it? I'm hanging up.
Hey!
So this is what he's really like after all. I decided to record him after that to have evidence. He had no idea he was being recorded and continued to throw insults at me. Here we go. More evidence. I just listened to him and never let it get to me. One day, I got a big job where I'd be doing the flower arrangement for a wedding with 120 guests.
The groom is the son of a local prominent person, and the bride has very specific requests for the flower arrangement. The bride is the daughter of a politician, so you better not screw this up.
Okay. Well, maybe we should get them to take a look at the flowers first. We contacted the bride and groom, and they told us they'd like to come by and have a look. The bride really seemed to like flowers, and looked very happy choosing them. Your fiancée really likes flowers, doesn't she? Yes, it's always been her dream to get married at a venue full of flowers. As a flower shop owner, that brings me a lot of joy. We're going to do our best to realize her dreams. By the way. Yes? The next day, based on the preferences of the bride and groom, I chose the flowers and attended a meeting to discuss venue decoration and the bouquet. After a while, Sakuragi came into the reception room where I was waiting. He took a look at the documents on the table and said,
So, these are the flowers you chose? They're all so cheap looking. This won't do. Do it again.
It drove me nuts. But I maintained my cool and told him with a smile, I see. Who are you, by the way?
What?
You have nothing to do with this.
What are you talking about?
Sakuragi, I heard you're no longer in charge, which begs the question, why are you here?
Not in charge?
All of a sudden, a young wedding planner came bursting in.
Sakuragi-san, I just received a call from Mr. Tanikawa, and they said they would like to have someone else as their chief planner. You're kidding, right?
Also, the boss wants to talk to you. She's really mad at you. Something about your dealings with a contractor.
What?
I was struggling to not burst into laughter. This is what had happened. As I said, the groom had visited us the other day. By the way, yes? Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but are you Hiromu Arai from Manga High School, who used to play basketball? Yes, that's me. You're Yukihira-senpai! Sorry I didn't notice! I'm 30 centimeters taller than I used to be at high school, and don't look as youthful as I used to anymore. No, I should have realized from your name! No worries. I'm happy to meet you again. Not only that, but that you're doing the flowers for my wedding. You taught me a lot in high school, and it's an honor to be part of your wedding. After that, the two of us went drinking, and I accidentally let slip that the person planning his wedding, Sakuragi, was a nightmare. That really annoyed Yukihira-senpai. He said he wanted Sakuragi to have no part in his wedding. And said he'd request a change in wedding planner. Which brings us to where we are now. In addition, I went to speak with Sakuragi's boss and showed her all the evidence I collected on him. Sakuragi went pale and vanished from the waiting room. He then had a 30-minute meeting with a different planner and returned to the room with the chief planner.
Arai-san, I would like to deeply apologize for the behavior of Sakuragi. What he did goes against subcontracting law.
That's what I thought.
I'm sorry for my behavior. I got carried away.
I assure you, Sakuragi will receive the appropriate disciplinary action for this. We ask you for your forgiveness.
I understand. You've been a very good client for our business. But let me warn you, there will be no second chance. This is your final warning.
We completely understand. Sakuragi, apologize!
I'm sorry.
It appeared that Sakuragi had no intention of bowing down to me, which drove the chief planner even more mad. It's true he apologized, but I'm sure he didn't mean it. Truth be told, I didn't feel like forgiving him, but I decided to let it go. Eventually, Sakuragi was fired, which was hardly surprising given what had happened. Around this time, I discovered that Sakuragi had started posting bad reviews about our flower shop on social media under a pseudonym. I see. If anything, this is good. I got in touch with a lawyer and sued him for defamation. Afraid of the lawsuit, Sakuragi got in touch immediately.
I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me!
You've always got an excuse, huh? In any case, it shows you have no remorse whatsoever.
I promise I won't do it anymore! Please! We're friends, right?
I'm sorry, but I no longer consider you my friend. You're going to have to sort this out with your lawyer. Bye. I made sure I got all the compensation I could get. Apparently Sakuragi was engaged, but his woman left him when she found out about his legal troubles. Serves him right. After this, I pulled off Yukihira-senpai's wedding with zero problems, and they were very happy. I might still be a newbie flower shop owner, but I'm looking forward to working hard and making people smile.